Hey, so I thought I would do a favorites video, like a recent favorites, while I was in the video filming mood. So yeah, most of the stuff it's not really makeup related. I think I have like one makeup related thing. I have some brushes and nail polish and stuff, but most of this is kind of skincare stuff. So yeah, I'll get started. The first thing I've been really enjoying, it's gonna reach down here because this is all stuff that was in my shower, so it's kind of still a bit wet. I don't want to like put it on my bed. The first thing is the Soap and Glory breakfast scrub. So it just looks like this. It looks kind of like oatmeal or something. And this smells like maple syrup. It's just it's so nice. It's a body scrub as well. If I didn't want the breakfast scrub, yeah, you can kind of tell that that's scrub. It's really, really, really nice. It just smells like straight up maple syrup. And the one thing I really like about this, I did an empties video just there, and I was talking about the Sugar Crush scrub that I used up. That one is very sort of coarse, but it was quite loose. Whereas this is very, I guess, concentrated, but for whatever reason, it just sticks to the skin really well. So you get a really intense exfoliation from it, and it leaves your skin feeling really, really, really soft. So I really like this. I love the way it smells, and I love what it does. So that's really good. I've been enjoying that. The next shower thing I've been enjoying is this is actually a present ages ago, and I had it kind of in with all my kind of extra. I don't mean extras, but like um, well, yeah, like extra things I had to use up, like skincare I hadn't opened, things like that, like kind of my stockpile of beauty stuff, I guess. It's from L'Occitane, and it's the Ruben Orange shower gel, sunny shower. I know it's got a lot of things on it, but it's orange flavored. It smells kind of like, I don't know, like perfumed orange. It's sort of perfumed, but it has like a very fresh scent as well. And I sometimes like I often get sort of like bath and body kind of products from L'Occitane for kind of Christmas and stuff from family. And I find that their shower gels and stuff tend to be kind of more runny than like your traditional kind of like Radox or like palm olive or anything like that. So it's, I don't know, it can kind of run everywhere in the shower, but it's just really nice. It's kind of a little bit more luxurious than using. That wasn't the whole thing. So yeah, so it's just like a little bit more luxurious than using like, you know, your standard um run of the mill body wash that you get in the supermarket. So I've been enjoying using that. It's just a bit of a change to kind of, you know, regular boring run of the mill like shower stuff. So that's nice. And then the next thing I've been really enjoying is the Neutrogena Visibly Clear 2-in-1 wash and mask. I bought this to put in my shower because I usually put like a cleanser in my shower that I don't like, just to use it up because it forces me to use it up because you have to wash your face in the shower. So you know you're gonna have to tough it out and use it up. But I don't really have anything like that at the moment that I need to use up. So I went out and bought this. First of all, because I'd heard really good things about it, but also it's really cheap. And it was actually on offer in Boots. I think I showed it in the haul. It was like, I think it was like €4.50 or something like that. So you can use it as a mask, but you can also use it as a wash. Obviously, as the name would suggest. And it's kale and clay based. I think that's the it's the third ingredient, but it's like it looks like one of those sort of clay masks. Um, it looks very sort of mm. It looks very clay-like, and the thing I like about this is that it kind of tingles the skin. I think it might have mint in it or something. I also have the grapefruit wash from Neutrogena, which does that too. So it feels very refreshing in the shower, and it kind of it makes my skin feel very clean, but it doesn't strip it. And I think that might be the clay in it. It just sort of feels like it purifies your skin, and my skin just feels good after it. And my skin's been kind of oily recently. And another thing I really like about this is I often like to take baths, and the great thing about this is that you can use it like regardless of whether you just take a shower or if you take a bath afterwards. If I'm going to take a bath, I won't wash my face when I'm in the shower, and you can just pop this on for a couple of minutes when you're in the bath, but it's not as like thick and hard to wash off as some masks are. So I really like that. I really am enjoying it, and I'd highly recommend it because it's very cheap. And I think I found of Neutrogena that a lot of their skincare products, well, they are quite cheap, but they are quite effective. And I think the grapefruit scrub, I was watching Clothes and Curls the other day, and she said that actually has glycolic acid in it. And I know that there are different grades of glycolic acid, but that's quite a good ingredient to have in your skincare. So I've really been enjoying that. The next thing I've been really enjoying, I'm actually wearing today, and it's nail polish. It's by Model's Own, and it's part of the Head Candy range, and it's in the colour, it's called Beach Party. I absolutely love this colour. I think I was first kind of, I suppose, introduced to this by Zoella's channel. I'd gotten the neon red one, which I do like a lot as well, but I much prefer this and I use it more often. I'd seen this on Zoella's channel. I'd seen it actually in Boots, and I didn't buy it because I was like, it's an orange. It's kind of like a lighter neon orange, and it's really nice. I wear a lot of black and white and grey, so this goes very well, especially with grey and black together. I think that this looks really nice, and if you're wearing like silver jewellery, kind of like I am today, I have a lot of outfits that are kind of along this colour scheme, so this just goes really well, and it actually goes with more of my wardrobe than I ever would have thought a neon orange would have, because it seems like kind of a garish colour, but it's really nice. It applies really well. You just need 2 coats, which is quite rare with neon polishes. And also, the thing about those 2 neons from the Head Candy collection is that they're not at all chalky either. So the formulation is great. They're easy to work with, and it's really easy because they're kind of more of a resiny, varnishy texture as opposed to like Tipexy paint texture, which some nail polishes can be, especially pastels and neons. I find are really bad for that. So it's really easy to avoid your cuticles, and it's not too runny or anything. So I really, really, really like that. It's probably, I've shaken it up now, showing you there. But I've used over half of it, so it's kind of like down to there now. I've used a ridiculous amount of this polish. It's also really nice to wear on your nails for like a night out. When I go out, I usually wear like a reddy orange lip. And it's really, really nice with that. The next thing I've been really enjoying is an eye cream, and this is from Clinique. It's their Repair Wear Laser Focus, and it just looks like that. I've actually used loads of this. Can you see? Don't know. I'm an eye cream fiend. Not in the way that like I don't believe in anti-aging. I do get very dehydrated under my eyes, and I find that the fine lines that you get, and that I'm starting to get, just like little hairline kind of lines, I guess, under my eyes from like smile lines and things like that. I find that they're much more evident if you don't use an eye cream, and I find that using an eye cream, they don't show up as much. So I really like this because I also have the Bobbi Brown extra eye repair cream. I think that's what it's called. It's a really thick cream. It's not the balm, it's the cream. But I find that sometimes at nighttime you really have to pat that in and work it in, and it's sort of hard to work with, I guess. So on nights where I don't just want to use like a really light eye cream, I'll grab for this because it's a nice medium strength. It's not too rich and it's not too light. It's not too rich that it's difficult to work with, but it's not too light that it's just not effective. So it's really nice. It's really easy to spread, and you can just pop it under your eyes. But it really is an eye cream that actually works. Like, it really does hydrate the under eye, but it isn't sort of as difficult to use as the Bobbi Brown cream or the Kiehl's avocado eye cream. So I might do like an eye cream video, because I know that like especially kind of the YouTube and blog beauty community, people tend to, like, especially people my age, like younger people, would tend to forego eye cream, and they talk about using all these different face creams, but the eye area is really one that people forget about, and it's so, I suppose, important like for for superficial reasons, like when you're like for aging, it's really a good idea to use like an SPF and also a nice moisturizing eye cream. So I've also really been enjoying two brushes, and both of these are by Real Techniques. The first one is the setting brush, so it just looks like that. Originally I got this to use to blend in under eye concealer, but by the time I got around to buying this, I had started using loose powder to set my under eye concealer. I use one from Catrice, and I've just started using Well Rested by Bare Minerals. So I needed some sort of a fluffy brush just to set my concealer, and I've been using the fluffier side of the brush that came with my Naked 2 palette. But I just found that was a bit crap, to be honest, to set with powder, because it was almost too dense, and it wants to like buff in. It seemed to want to like buff in the powder when I was using it. It just wasn't fluffy enough, I guess. So by the time I got around to buying this, I ended up using it as a setting brush, and it's really handy just to swirl into powder because it's bigger than, like, say, 224 by MAC, or a brush like that, fluffy brush like that, and it just sort of like sets your powder in one go. So it sets your concealer in one go with powder. So I really, really, really like that. I might actually go buy another one because I like to have two brushes. Like, if I really like a brush, I like to have two so that I can use it when the other one's dirty. And then the next brush is just this angle brush, which is called the brow brush. I don't use this for my brows. I actually use this, and I used it today to apply shadow to my lower lash line. And I find applying eyeshadow to the lower lash line, I really like the way it looks on my face. But I find it a bit tricky to kind of get the shadow to sit well with concealer. Because I find that if I apply it and then I apply concealer, it sort of, you can get like kind of a harsh line, or it can just look a bit weird, or kind of a bit of concealer gets over the shadow and it just looks a bit kind of grubby. And then if I put it over, if I apply it after I've applied concealer, I find that sometimes it can again look a bit harsh, or it's hard to correct. So I find that this brush is really good because it's precise enough that it won't apply loads under the eye, because I don't like applying loads on the lower lash line either. But it kind of applies enough because it's not a super fine angle brush. Like, it's not like the Eco Tools one that's very, very, very sharp, which I actually do use for brows. So yeah, I've been really enjoying that. And then the last thing is this. And this is also a recent purchase, so you'll probably see this and setting brush in a haul. But it's by, who's it by? Elegant Touch, and it looks like a surgical instrument or a torture device. But it's this like cuticle remover thing. So this looks very scary. It's a really scary side, and this is just actually for going under your nails and getting out like gunge and dirt and stuff like that. I keep my nails very short just because I find long nails bend and break, and I just can't do things with my hands, and I do like to be able to have full use of my hands. I don't like to be held back by my nails. Yeah, anyway, the other side, which is really why I bought it, is this kind of looks like a really small nail. Like a fake nail, almost reminds me of those nail wheels, but it's basically just for like, you apply cuticle remover, let it soak in, or cuticle or whatever you use, and you use it just to push back your cuticle. So it's a cuticle pusher. But the great thing about this is, instead of like using like orange sticks or ones that like have the little plastic ones, this doesn't ever really go bad, because if you've used any of those, there comes a stage, especially the plastic ones, and you don't really know when that stage is, because sometimes, it might work. It still appears to work, but it's like the edge it doesn't even go blunt. I don't know what it is, but it just stops working as well. So I splurged on this and I bought it. I think it was around €12. So anyway, I just decided to splurge on this and buy it because it's kind of like one of those things, like a tweezers. It's sort of like a one-time buy. You don't really want to spend money on it because it's not like an exciting product like a nail polish or foundation or anything. But it's very, very, very good, and I have been using this, and I find that it's much more effective than the plastic ones, the wood ones. So that's it. They're all my favourites for the moment. This video is 22 minutes long now, so I'm gonna go have to edit that. But yeah, they're my favourites of the moment, and I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you soon. Bye.